Who can just remind us about what we're doing today? Any idea?
Going to places where, like, things to do with careers are taking part.
Things to do with careers are taking part, OK. Any idea what we're doing with careers? Yep?
Following clues.
Yeah, following clues. So we're going to be looking at what careers are around in our local area. Can anybody think of what they think might be around without having done the trail?
Shops.
Shops, OK, there might be some shops. So today is about you finding out a little bit about what's in the area, what jobs are in the area. Some of them you might think are obvious, but other ones you might not have thought are out there. So you want to have a look around, do the trail. There are going to be some clues on the phones that you have to follow and work out, and it'll help you to see what's in the area. And then also, hopefully, it'll teach you about yourself and what you might want to do.
Year 9 pupils at Elizabeth Garrett Anderson College in London are going to explore careers at street level. They'll be using PDA smartphones, the kind of techie toys which will have a natural appeal to the MP3 generation.
The way the trail works generally is it gives you instructions on what to do. So the first instruction will be go out of the school entrance, turn right. You follow the instructions, you don't ask the adult. People come to me and ask about doing learning trails using mobiles, and I help them devise the trails, test the trails, and then take the children out on the trails. A few things we need to show you. You can slide out and get a keyboard, okay? But you don't always need to use the keyboard to input. Actually, it's better if you can close it when you're walking around. And down the bottom here, there's a little keyboard symbol. If you click on it, it brings up another keyboard, which you can use. All right? The other thing it's got is a camera on it. You press this button to take the photo. So I'll do that, and you hold it, listen. Okay? You hold it until you hear that sound. If you move it, it'll go all blurred. You've got to wait until you hear the click of the camera. Okay? Don't worry, we'll be deleting these later. The focus of this trail is careers, and the way we wanted to do it was to look at the jobs in the local area and for the children to realise there's a rich diversity of jobs and the sort of things they might be doing, because as they're at year 9 at the moment, they've got to make their choices for year 10. So we're hoping that this will prompt them a bit to think about what sort of jobs they might like to do.
Have you read the instructions?
Yeah, we read it. This careers trail takes you around the area where you go to college. You will find out about the work that people do, follow the directions and complete the task. Important, you will be crossing lots of roads. You must always only cross with your adult for safety.
It's not just that it's the local area, it's obviously a representation of employers from around the country as well. And so we're hoping that by doing the trail, they'll look more closely at what's around them and then think more closely about what sort of career they'll be wanting to do when they leave school.
On the streets, the pupils are chaperoned for obvious reasons, but they work independently, using clues found in the gadgets.
List of businesses that train people and help them to find jobs. Oh, okay. Walk down it. We have to walk down King's Cross and find out why businesses train people and why they help them to find jobs. I think, yeah.
You can record sound, so when they interview, they can just record the sound and keep it till later. They can take pictures. So they find it a lot more exciting because they're already using these gadgets at home anyway. And therefore it's a lot more engaging and they actually learn better.
Maybe have some information about the company.
I certainly can give you some information.
What type of company is Atos Origin?
We are an IT company.
The companies are expecting the pupils, and employees have been lined up to talk to them.
Yeah, and ask him to pop downstairs to reception regarding his interview.
I would just like to ask you, what type of work do you do here?
I'm the project office manager on the Genesis project, and what that involves is helping to support the account and the people on it to do their day-to-day work, but also I'm heavily involved in the financial aspects of the account. Lots of spreadsheets, lots of numbers, lots of fun.
Do you like working here?
Yes, I do enjoy it. It's nice to be able to see how the financial situation in the company or our account changes when people come on and go off, what we spend all our money on, and how much profit we may or may not be making on the account. So that's quite interesting to be able to keep an eye on that and see how that's going.
When you was in primary school, did you ever think you was gonna like work in one of these type of offices?
Not at all. No. When I was at primary school, I didn't really have any idea what I wanted to do.
All right then, that's all we came to ask you.
Thank you.
Bye.
There's a whole range of skills they're developing because they have to work as a pair and they have to look after one another because they're walking around in a very busy area where there's lots of traffic, and if they're not holding the PDA, they have to look after the other one. They have social skills of meeting and interviewing people, going into buildings, getting leaflets.
Thank you.
Looking around the geography of the area and the whole autonomy of taking the directions not from the teacher but actually from the mobile device.
Enter the name of the trust that manages Priory Green. Priories at the King's Cross 10 Community Centre.
That's that building just there.
That's that.
Okay.
Isn't that Peabody Trust?
Aha!
Which of these jobs do you think people who work for the trust can do? Which one do you think they do?
I think they do.
Housing offer, customer service offer,
Neighbourhood
client, yeah. Carry on along College Street at the junction with Killick Street, turn left. Go into ATOS Origin to Killick Street, task 3, right there.
You could have done it pen and paper, but obviously they are far more advanced than teachers are because they're young people constantly using new technology like this, so they're used to it, and it's a very quick way of getting them on board and involved, and yeah, it's more real. What's the Peabody Trust, do you know?
No, I heard of it somewhere, you know.
What's up behind there, look?
Was it? Probably that's the estate agent or something. I want to know.
I think the best bit is going out and finding it because I didn't know really a lot about our local community, but I think I found out a lot more.
5 minutes can't have any
Lorries
of them you see.
and vans, right? Vans, how many vans?
1, 2,
and then there's one lorry.
3.
There's one lorry.
3.
Counting the number of white vans is a simple method of measuring economic activity.
8, 9. That's a van. The box van.
Box van.
That's not.
And what's this one here?
It's a normal van.
That's a normal van. How many vans is that?
7 vans and what, 2 levies.
What type? One of those and one of those. Yeah, okay.
Working in the King's Cross area, the pupils find that the rail industry is an important employer.
Hello, I'm Natasha.
And I'm Tazine.
We would like to know, what is your job title?
My job title here is the Fares Service Manager for ATOS Origin.
What do you do in your job?
I manage a team of specialists who make rail fare data available to retail points throughout the UK.
What do you like most about your job?
What I really like about my job is knowing that what my guys do here can be seen really throughout the UK at every rail retailing point.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There. I think it's there.
I found out that lots of people have different careers, and I found out that there are lots of different qualifications needed to do lots of different things.
Hello.
Hello.
Can we ask you some questions?
You certainly can. Far away.
What is your job title?
My actual job title is the Avantics Service Manager.
Okay, so what do you do in your job?
Right, what do I do for my job? Avantics is a brand name for a product which we sell to a lot of customers, which it is an on-train ticket selling system. And we have some 4,500 of these used by train operating companies. So I manage the whole contract on their behalf.
I interviewed a man who dealt with train timetables and all of that, and the people who worked there. It kind of sounded interesting, but it's a job that needs to be done by somebody, so.
I go to a lot of meetings to meet them, about at least 2 a week. I also spend a lot of time with suppliers who supply things for me and managing them. I'm quite a people's person. I actually like meeting people.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Once the pupils have taken all their photos and conducted their interviews, they return to the Learning Centre to download their material and present it to their classmates and teachers.
First of all, I'm going to tell you how to get onto your trail to review it. But you're going to copy and paste various things from the trail into your PowerPoint. Now, the additional thing is there's going to be a folder with your phone number on, which will have the pictures you took and the sound recordings. Okay? Mobile learning is one of the things that is coming out of the building schools to the future and also being pushed by the government. But their mobile learning is still laptops, and this is far more compelling and exciting for the children. I think one of the problems people worry about is the cost of the phones, and of course they do cost money. The ones we use today cost £400 each, so we've got £6,000 worth of phones wandering around King's Cross. There are cheaper ones, there are new ones coming out all the time. But the way we do it in Islington is we have a set of phones, and the schools can borrow the phones and use them when they need them, and they pay a nominal rental like £1 a phone.
Part of the trails made them realise the skills that are needed for employment. They now understand what computer literate means, that it's important for the workplace, and also that they have those skills. Also, it has given them the opportunity to work on their literacy and their interpersonal skills, dealing with each other, dealing with older adults within the interviews that they carried out during the process.
Okay, short summary about the area we explored. Well, basically the trail was a great experience and a fun and modern way of learning and exploring. We recorded conversations between us and commuters going to work. Our first interview was with a chief executive who owned a restaurant in King's Cross Station. I hope it plays. What's your job?
I'm chief executive.
How many changes of transport do you make?
Maybe 3.
How do you feel about commuting on a scale of 1 to 4? 1 being love it and 4 being hate it?
3.
That's bad. I thought you'd enjoy your job, being like loaded.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Very good.
That's what I think it's all about.
Is that right, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell me in 10 years' time when you're a chief executive.
I think it's been very motivational for a variety of students. It's a mixed ability groups that have gone out. So those students that maybe have special needs or maybe find it difficult to interact with people have found it an easier project to do because they've been working in small groups, in pairs, using technology that they are familiar with, that they like, that is interesting.
Well, some type of jobs I was thinking that I wouldn't want to work there, but then I saw some others where it seemed kind of interesting.
We went out on a trail around our local area, and we were finding out things about it from these phones, and it helped us to find out about our local area. And we had to kind of think as well, because it didn't give us all the answers.
We had to work together as to go around and find the places and to operate the mobile, which was kind of hard at first, but it was fun. It was fun altogether, and I learnt lots of things today.
Well, before today, I never thought about architect, but now I have thought about it, and I might pursue it.
Using the mobiles was really fun because you get to open them and use the little computers, the computer thing. They were basically miniature computers, and it was really fun.
I thought that was cool. I really liked it. I think it was a good and modern day to learn and go on like adventure trails instead of just following clues like from the ground and stuff. I think that makes learning more exciting.
It's an imaginative method of teaching careers, but it's clearly neither easy nor simple to set up. You can find more details on mobile learning and how to take the first steps on the Teachers TV website.